Small talk. It's the art of saying everything while saying nothing of important. Some people thrive on it, while others run for the hills at the mere thought of talking about the weather. But why is it that in some cultures it's essential, while in others it's just a waste of time? Today on In Context, we're diving into the great small talk debate. Why some cultures love a good chat and others, well, prefer to enjoy a moment of peaceful silence. Let's start with the small talk enthusiasts. In places like the United States, the United Kingdom and Australia, small talk is basically a national pastime. You're in line for coffee, that's a conversation. Stuck in an elevator? Better start talking about the weather.
How's your day going? Oh, just fine, thanks. Crazy weather we're having, huh?
In these countries, it's not about what you're saying, it's about filling the silence. Because silence, well, that's just plain awkward. But then, head to Finland, Japan or Germany, and you might notice something different. Glorious, peaceful silence. People in these places seem to enjoy the quiet, like it's a warm cup of tea on a cold day. And they'd rather be caught in a snowstorm than forced into idle chatter. So why do some cultures love small talk so much? In the United States and Australia, small talk is the social glue that holds casual interactions together. A quick chat is like saying, "Hey, I'm friendly, and I want you to know I'm not about to steal your wallet." In these cultures, it's a way to break the ice, build rapport, and most importantly, avoid the dreaded awkward silence. Because for some people, silence feels like, well, social failure. But sometimes small talk can feel a little too much. Have you ever been in a conversation where someone's overexcited about what they did over the weekend? It's not that you don't care, it's just not relevant to you. This is where personality and cultural differences come into play. In some cultures like the United Kingdom, it's common to share details about your personal life as a way to connect. You might hear someone casually drop, "Oh, I ran a marathon over the weekend," or "We went skiing in the Alps." But for someone who's more reserved or comes from a culture where personal achievements aren't really shared, this can feel like boasting. People from more reserved cultures, or even those with a quieter personality, might find this type of conversation awkward, irrelevant, or even exhausting. In cultures like Japan, talking about your weekend achievements in casual conversation might seem unnecessary, or even a bit arrogant. Then you've got the chatty champions, places like Italy, Spain, and much of Latin America, where small talk isn't just tolerated, it's celebrated. In these cultures, a quick "how are you" can easily turn into an hour-long conversation about life, family, and of course food.
In Italy, small talk is practically a sport. You start with a casual comment and suddenly you're best friends, planning your next meal together. And don't be surprised if, after 5 minutes of small talk, someone's inviting you to their cousin's wedding.
Meanwhile, in Latin America, small talk is just part of being friendly. It's a way to show warmth, hospitality, and genuine interest in others. But here's where the clash happens. Imagine someone from a quieter culture trying to keep up with the rapid, animated flow of conversation. It's like being thrown into a verbal tornado. On the flip side, in countries like Norway or Iceland, silence is golden. Small talk, not necessary. Here, it's not rude to be quiet, it's actually polite. You're giving the other person space to think, reflect, and not have to fill the air with chit-chat. Now, let's say an extroverted American tourist comes along, eager to chat. The silence-loving Norwegian might offer a polite smile, but deep down they're probably thinking, "Why are we talking about the weather? Can't we just enjoy the view?" So, what's a traveller to do when you're hopping from one culture to another, each with its own rules for small talk? Well, it's all about reading the room, or in this case, the country. In the US or Australia, go ahead and talk about the weather, your dog, or what you had for breakfast. But if you're in Finland or Germany, keep it simple. Maybe a smile and a nod. No need to talk about last night's Netflix binge. They'll thank you for the quiet. And if you're in Italy, well, brace yourself. Of course, small talk isn't always about the words. It's about the connection. Sometimes a quick chat can break the ice, like at a party or networking event. Other times, silence says more, especially in cultures where less is more. But whether you're a small talk enthusiast or a proud member of the I Love Silence Club, one thing's for sure, knowing when to talk and when to stay quiet can make all the difference. At the end of the day, small talk isn't just about filling the air with words. It's about how we connect, whether it's through a friendly chat about nothing or a shared moment of silence that says everything. So, whether you're the life of the small talk party or someone who prefers to enjoy a peaceful cup of coffee in silence, the key is knowing how to navigate these differences. After all, some conversations don't need words, and some silences are more meaningful than the most elaborate chat. Remember, whether you're in the mood to chat or just want to soak in the silence, every culture has its own way of connecting. So next time you find yourself in a new country, take a cue from the locals and either strike up a conversation or, don't. And hey, if you're in Italy, remember, complimenting the weather might just land you a dinner invitation. And if you're in Finland, well, maybe just keep that compliment to yourself.
Ah, the sun is shining so beautifully today.
Silent nods in agreement.